Dismissed Bamban Mayor Alice Guo revealed a new detail about her escape from the Philippines, confirming that one of the vessels she used to flee the country was a yacht. During the Senate hearing on Monday, September 9, Senator Risa Hontiveros asked Guo if she had fled the country on a yacht. According to Guo, she left the country by boat.
Umalis po kami, Madam Chair, by boat po.
By boat? Okay, paanong by boat? Ang balita ko, may sinabihan ka na umalis ka sa pamamagitan ng hindi boat lang, isang yate. Tama po ba yon?
Yes po, meron po.
So yate ang sinakyan nyo.
Meron po kami sinakyan po na yate po.
Guo claimed she did not know who the owner of the yacht was, only saying that the yacht has a wings marking. Throughout the hearing, Guo repeatedly refused to give names of people who helped her leave the Philippines, but was eventually compelled to write the name of the main person or people who facilitated her escape. After receiving the piece of paper where Guo wrote the name, Hontiveros asked the former mayor if a Filipino helped in her escape. Guo said no Filipino assisted her escape from the country. Senate President Pro Tempore Jinggoy Estrada then continued to quiz Guo, asking if she was certain no Filipino citizen or government official helped her.
Are you sure walang Pilipino, walang government official na tumulong sa pag-eskapo mo rito sa ating bansa?
Sen, wala po. Walang Pilipino.
That's impossible. Imposibleng walang tumulong sa iyo Pilipino para makatakas dito sa Pilipinas.
Pero Sen, wala po talaga.
Ang galing naman itong Chinese nito. Ha?
Wala po talagang
Nakinuha, nag-arkila ng yate, dinala ka sa kung saan man yan, kung sa Malaysia o sa Indonesia. Itong tao lang ito nag-facilitate sa'yo na walang tulong ang mga Pilipino?
wala pong tumulong, wala pong nakatulong po na Filipino po, Sen.
Later into the hearing, Hontiveros bared that the name of the individual who helped Guo escape was already mentioned during the previous hearings of the Senate panel. No other details were provided aside from Estrada's revelation that the facilitator of Guo's escape was in Taiwan and that the person had 5 passports. Dismissed Bamban Mayor Alice Guo has admitted that she was not willing to leave the Philippines at first, confirming senators' suspicions that she was brought out of the country and was not willing to escape. During the September 9 hearing of the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations and Gender Equality, Guo was asked to divulge the name of the individual who facilitated her travel from the Philippines to Malaysia, as she said she did not spend any money on transportation or bribing local officials. Guo then appealed not to publicly reveal who helped her, resorting to writing the name on a piece of paper. When she narrated the circumstances of her escape, Senator Bong Revilla then asked if she was forced to run away.
Tumakas ka ba o itinakas ka?
Anong difference?
Ikaw ba yung tumakas, Miss Alice? O yung taong ito sa papel, tinakas ka niya?
Sen, siya po nag-initiate po, pero along the
So
way po,
itinakas ka niya?
along the way po, hindi po kami magkasama. Nung una po, siya po nag-decision po para sa akin.
So
Nung una. Tapos
po.
nung pangalawa, ikaw
Nung pangalawa po, dahil meron po ako ulit ng mga naririnig na babalitaan po, natatakot na po ako din talaga.
According to Guo, she traveled by land with Sheila Guo and Wesley Guo to Manila before boarding a yacht at a still undisclosed location. After transferring to a bigger boat, Guo admitted that they took a small boat to Kuala Lumpur. But while she was seemingly detained for 3 to 5 days on the boat, Guo admitted that she had the urge to turn back and just stay in the Philippines.
Actually, nung nakasakay na po kami sa malaking barko, sa totoo lang, kung pwede lang atras na rin ako nun. Nakakatakot.
Bakit ka aatrasan na?
Parang nakakatakot po talaga.
Ano yung inaatrasan mo? Sana.
Gusto ko na pong umuwi, gusto ko na bumalik.
Guo left the country in July while investigations into her alleged involvement in illegal Philippine offshore gaming operators were ongoing. Guo was arrested in Indonesia last September 4. She arrived in the Philippines with local authorities early morning of September 6. The former mayor is accused of having links with a Pogo hub in Bamban as she used to head Baofu Land Development Incorporated, which leased land to Pogo hub manager Zun Yuan. President Bongbong Marcos has relieved Norman Tansingco from his post as immigration chief, according to the palace. On Monday, September 9, Press Secretary Cesar Chavez said the president approved Tansingco's dismissal due to the escape of dismissed Bamban Mayor Alice Guo to another country. Justice Secretary Boying Remulla earlier revealed that he asked Marcos to replace Tansingco over Guo's escape, among many other issues. Another issue Remulla mentioned was the issuance of working visas. Marcos previously warned that heads will roll in the Bureau of Immigration after the escape of Guo. He then later said that not only will the involved immigration personnel be fired, they will also be sued. Guo escaped the country in July amid an investigation into her alleged ties with illegal Philippine offshore gaming operators. She revealed on Monday that she fled the country on a yacht and that a foreign national helped her escape. The former mayor was arrested in Jakarta, Indonesia at around 1:30 a.m. on September 4. President Bongbong Marcos said SEC leader Apollo Quiboloy did not surrender to the government but was forced to surface because the Philippine National Police was getting closer to his hideout. In an interview with reporters on Monday, September 9, Marcos said Quiboloy would not have surfaced if the police didn't chase him hard.
The question that is being asked, kung sabi kagabi pa hanggang ngayon, nag-surrender ba o nahuli? I think that's a legal question, pero ganito ang iniisip ko, hindi siya lilitaw kung hindi namin hinapon ng gusto.
According to Marcos, for it to be tagged as a surrender, the wanted individual must first have gone before a police station, a prosecutor, or any official authority to state that they are surrendering. Marcos further noted that Quiboloy presented himself to authorities to stop his supporters who threatened to take their own lives for him.
Ang nangyari, napilitan siyang lumabas dahil palapit na ang pulis sa kanya. To his credit, ang sabi niya, yung mga follower niya, magpapakamatay para sa kanya. At ayaw niyang nangyari yun. So to his credit, he was still displaying a modicum of leadership to his followers.
Marcos's remark followed public clamor on the real circumstances of Quiboloy's capture, whether the pastor surrendered or not. Interior Secretary Benher Abalos earlier said Quiboloy had been caught, while the pastor's camp said that he voluntarily surrendered to the military. The SEC leader and his subordinates are facing child abuse and human trafficking charges. Quiboloy also has several criminal charges in the United States, including conspiracy to engage in sex trafficking by force, fraud and coercion, among others. Former President Rodrigo Duterte has filed a malicious mischief complaint against Interior Secretary Benher Abalos, Philippine National Police Chief General Romel Marbil, and other police officials over the operation in the Kingdom of Jesus Christ compound in Davao City. In a press conference on Monday, September 9, Abalos said 2 counts of malicious mischief cases were lodged at the Regional Trial Court Branch 15 in Davao City. Duterte is the new administrator of KJC Properties. Malicious mischief is filed when there is a destruction of property. On August 24, around 2,000 members of the PNP raided the 30-hectare KJC compound to serve the arrest warrant against fugitive KJC leader Apollo Quiboloy. Failing to find the entrance to the underground bunker where they supposedly detected heartbeats and other signs of life, police said it dug an underground tunnel in the basement of Jose Maria College, one of the structures inside the KJC compound. Quiboloy, Ingrid Canada, Crescente Canada, Jacqueline Roy, and Sylvia Semañez were caught inside the KJC compound on Sunday, September 8. They were later detained at the PNP Custodial Center on Sunday night and were presented to a press conference on Monday afternoon, September 9. Quiboloy and the 5 co-accused faced child abuse cases before the Davao City Court. One of his co-accused, Pauline Canada, has been under the custody of authorities after her arrest in July. Quiboloy also has a standing arrest warrant for human trafficking issued by a Pasig City Court. Vice President Sara Duterte brushed off being called a brat and thought such labels against her were part of attacks from political opponents and critics. In a video interview shared by the Office of the Vice President, Duterte maintained that she responded to every question thrown at her regarding her office's 2025 budget proposal, but that lawmakers simply did not like her replies.
Sa palagay ko, hindi lang sanay ang iilan na mga miyembro ng House of Representatives na hindi nila makuha yung gusto nila at gusto nilang marinig na sagot. At hindi sanay yung mga iilan na mga representatives natin na sinasagot sila sa kanilang mga patutsada. Kaya sa tingin ko, isa din itong parang atake din nila na parang, oh, bratinela yan. Kahit na sumagot naman ako, hindi nga lang sa gusto nila.
Vice President Duterte reiterated that she deliberately passed up on queries during the House deliberations on the proposed 2025 budget of the OVP to defend herself from political attacks.
Unang-una dahil nakikita namin na ginagamit siya ng ibang mga miyembro, iilan na mga miyembro ng Kongreso para umatake sa akin dahil hindi kami magkasama sa politika. At pangalawa, kasi ang budget ng Pilipinas ay hawak lang ng 2 tao.
Duterte did not elaborate what she meant by the budget being held by 2 people, but acknowledged that deliberations on the proposed budgets of government agencies are within the powers of Congress.
Kinikilala natin yan. Kaya nga, di ba, pumunta tayo doon sa Senate hearing, pumunta tayo doon sa House of Representatives na hearing dahil nagpresenta tayo ng budget. Ang ginawa ko lang ay sinabi ko, i-forgo namin yung question and answer na parte ng budget hearing.
During the House deliberations on the OVP's 2025 budget request, which lasted for 5 hours, Duterte repeatedly evaded responding to most of the concerns raised about her office's expenditures of past budgets and spending plan for next year. For the majority of the interpellation, Duterte merely said she would forgo the opportunity to defend the budget in a question and answer format. The House of Representatives Committee on Appropriations has terminated deliberations on the proposed budget of the Office of the President for 2025 in just under 20 minutes, a move that Makabayan bloc lawmakers objected to. Abra Lone District Representative Ching Bernos on Monday, September 9, moved to terminate the Office of the President budget discussions at 9:39 a.m., or just 15 minutes after the Appropriations Panel convened its hearing at 9:24 a.m. Bernos made the motion to extend parliamentary courtesy to the Office of the President. Makabayan bloc lawmakers, including Kabataan Party List Representative Raul Manuel, objected to the motion. Manuel said it would appear that President Bongbong Marcos is lying if the panel approved the Office of the President's budget, as the Chief Executive previously said all agencies have to go through the budget deliberations.
Mr. Chair, I object dahil sabi po ng Presidente, all government agencies undergo the same process tuwing budget deliberations bilang sagot sa Office of the Vice President, Mr. Chair. So kung ganun, Mr. Chair, na ita-terminate natin ngayon yung deliberations, we are affirming ang pagiging brat ng Vice President. And in fact, Mr. Chair, pinapalabas natin na nagsisinungaling yung mismong Presidente by evading the process of Congress na mag-undergo ng scrutiny, Mr. Chair.
Appropriations Vice Chair and Presiding Officer Navotas City Representative Toby Tiangco asked Manuel to take back his statements. Tiangco said the decisions of the House panel and the Chamber are independent of those of the Executive. Iloilo 1st District Representative Janet Garin then moved to have Manuel's statements be struck off the record. Eventually, all 3 Makabayan lawmakers, namely Manuel, Gabriela Party List Representative Arlene Brosas, and ACT Teachers Party List Representative Franz Castro were allowed to speak on the issue. Budget deliberations were then suspended at 10:06 a.m.